Meanwhile, the Kenya Red Cross in a tweet said an attack had been reported in Mandera town near the livestock market. Other reports indicated that explosions and gunfire were heard in a residential building in the town. Reports indicate that 14 people, most of the construction workers, have been killed. The Kenya Red Cross Society says it is evacuating the injured to a local hospital. Mandera is on the border with Somalia and has been a target of the militant group. Last year, the militants attacked a quarry and shot and beheaded at least 36 people. The attack came days after the Somali base militant group attacked a busload of passengers and shot at least 28 of them. Now, for more on the story, we are now joined on the line by our East Africa correspondent, Sarah Kimani. Sarah, very good morning to you and welcome. And can you tell us what is the latest on the ground?
The latest we're receiving is that a Kenya Red Cross airplane has left Nairobi with paramedics and officers from the Kenyan government headed to Mandera. We understand that they will be evacuating 4 critically injured victims to Nairobi. 11 of them are already receiving treatment at a local hospital, the Mandera County Hospital. What we know now is that the attack happened between midnight and 1 a.m. last evening, and those who were attacked were mainly construction workers who also work in a quarry in the area. They were residing at one place, and the reason they were not at the quarry like last time when we reported of attacks in the quarry is because there is a court injunction stating that they must stay away from the quarries to prevent attacks. And so they were found in the residential areas. And among those people who were killed is a landlady who was trying to scream and request that the attackers spare their lives.
Now, we understand that the Shabab militants are the primary suspects. What prompted this suspicion?
Well, we understand that they have actually claimed responsibility, but the reason also that they are the ones that were being suspected for having carried out the attacks is because the attacks are very much similar to previous attacks that have been carried out in Mandera and many other places in the country, and also in Somalia, where they first either throw grenades to areas and then begin shooting at random. In this case, they are also targeting people who are seen to be and local people who are not originally from Mandera County. Most of these people who work in these quarries are actually people who come from other parts of the country and come to work in Mandera. And so that is one of the reasons why they're suspected to have been the ones who carried out the attack.
Any word from the security authorities in Mandera and the Kenyan government?
Yes, the Inspector General of Police, Joseph Boynet, has actually sent out a statement, a tweet actually, saying that 14 people were killed and 11 others were injured. And he says, regrettably, he suspects that this was done by the Shabab militant group. He says that he will be issuing a statement later on. The Kenya Red Cross is actually the one that has been more active because they started tweeting at about an hour after the attack had happened, saying that they were heading to the area and saying that they will keep us informed. When I spoke to an official of the Kenya Red Cross Society, they indeed confirmed the death toll and the injured and said that they were now planning to evacuate those who are seriously injured to Nairobi, where they can receive specialized treatment.
Has calm been restored to the area, Sarah?
Well, now what happens is that these people attack and then run away. So there's not even an issue of, a lot of fighting or any exchange of gunfire. Incidentally, where this attack happened is near a military camp. But it happened at a time when the military was, of course, was caught flat-footed. And so there has not been any case of fighting between the officers and the attackers. The guys, we understand, have already slipped back into Somalia like they have done previously. You must understand by now that the border between Kenya and Somalia is very long and very porous. So most of these attacks happen in a fashion that is very undetectable.
That's our East Africa correspondent, Sarah Kimani. Thank you so much for that report.